It's recording. You see it? A little recording?
Yep.
All right, welcome back to my channel, everyone. I have a very good update this time. It's been a minute since I've posted any video because my contractor here, Daniel from Complete Home Remodeling, has been working his ass off trying to get things right for me. And I'm going to say this, if you are in the Texas area and you have any interest in doing what I'm doing here, this is the guy I recommend. And I'm going to tell you why, because he's been in contact with the manufacturers for all of this type of Isowall procedure, right? All the resilient channels, the right length of screws, how far apart they need to be, all of these things he knows now, because he's been reading the instructions for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks every day, and while we're installing.
So I'm going to tell you, okay, don't do it yourself. Call Acoustic Sciences and make sure you talk to Jordan over there. Give him the dimensions of your room. He'll square you away, give you the right amount of material that you need, and then call this guy here to come in and do the work for you, okay? He's doing quality work here for me in Texas. So let's go over a couple of those things so that my audience is aware of what we have been doing so far.
Well, first, I know we're back and forth. As you can see, the room's insulated. We ended up using Owens Corn's mineral wool sound because, number one, the rock wool didn't have the thermal abilities that we wanted to keep this room temperature controlled. So we have double on the walls because we only had 3.5. So we have 5.5 on the walls, 7.5 on the ceilings.
Right.
So, and we spray foamed in between every single crack, every seal, everywhere that needed to be spray foamed just to make sure no air leakage. The toughest part of this wasn't putting the channels up. It was these little RC pad squares. That's the only difficult part, is lining them up, taking off the little paper so everything can stick on there.
Let's show them. Do you have them here? All right.
Yes.
Let's walk over. This room has not been done, guys, so you can see. This is like the lab.
Our staging room.
Staging room.
So these are the RC pads that go behind the tracks. This is sticky just to hold on to place. So that's what goes on behind the channels before we can even screw them in. So on the walls, it takes 3 different screws for each layer. The walls takes a wood screw for 1 1/4 for the tracks. Then once we do the sheetrock, we're doing 1 1/4 sheet metal screws on the middle, 1 1/4 drywall screws on the outside, and then the second layer takes 1 5/8, 1 3/4 center, and 2.5 on the perimeter. This perimeter gasket that they sent to us is liquid nail with panel nailing. That's what they recommended, was a panel molding liquid nail, and we stapled it with that 18 gauge, about 60 pounds of pressure per staple so it wouldn't blow through all the way around. The bottom has a felt with the gaskets the same way. That's the felt. That's where the drywall essentially is going to make contact. That's very important because we had my epoxy guy that's going to come do the floorings, did one for the big local company of Boys Auto System. And when they didn't put that felt down, what happened is you could hear all the vibration outside from the systems because they didn't know what to do either. So even the big companies don't know what they're doing sometimes. So they had a acoustical engineer come out and he goes, well, this is what happened. You had the sheetrock is touching the floor. They had to cut the sheetrock back, cut the epoxy out, clean it, put the felt down, and the sound stopped. So right now we already had pre-cut our first sheet. If you can see closely, it has a grid on it. We did a grid pattern on the floor so I wouldn't have to try to finagle it up there. So we know where the screws are going. Right now he has to move the channel for the return for the air, just so the lip can be flush with because we can't have too much of a gap for any kind of air leakage. So we're having to do it a little bit different than we would do a normal drywall. Today is just me and my head guy. I've been actually doing a lot of sweat equity because I wanted this done to a T by manufacturer specs. So anybody else says anything else, I've been in contact with them. There's many ways of doing it. Yep. And we have an approval the way we're doing it. Yep. So we made sure we called because I wanted to use 4x12 sheets instead of 4x8 because we would have had a lot of wasted material. In total, the project would have been about 20 sheets of wasted material in pieces. So
we are following the process that that Acoustic Science told us. Okay, I know many of you have chimed in, giving us feedback and comments, like the.
Oh yes, that's one of the things.
Go ahead.
I've been getting texts from Mr. J that we still got the wrong mud rings. He doesn't show y'all behind it. These mud rings were changed out. There are 1.5 inches. If you can show the top part of it.
Right here. So you can see.
It's not just the 5/8 that somebody keeps on posting over and over again. So
is that making some of you happy now? Are you guys content? You can see the putty pads right behind the outlets, and we actually got internet. So now you see the Ethernet connection for my internet access when I do streaming. So that side is going to have fiber optic, and I'm running a Cat 6 Ethernet cable for this room. So this room is going to get internet from the other room. Maybe, who knows, maybe I'm able to do some fiber optic here as well. I don't really know. I'm going to talk to the guy that's going to be in charge of that for me. So this is in a nutshell everything that we got going on. There's a lot of other pieces. How long do you think it'll take to do all of this, the drywall, the sheetrock in both rooms?
Well, we're hoping a week, maybe a week and a half. The reason being is we don't do drywall on a daily basis personally. I have guys that do it, but those guys just come in and want to come in and get their money and leave. This was a whole situation that Mr. J and I decided, like, hey, I'm going to take my time, do it personally with my guys that work with me, underneath me personally, instead of having my normal drywall guys that I pay to come in. They'll be doing all taping and floating because that's not me. I don't have an issue drywalling and making sure if I mess up a sheet or something, it's on me, not on anybody else. But if something gets messed up, at the end of the day, it's still my name. But I wanted to make sure personally with my guys that's very meticulous on placing stuff. We take a little bit longer, but I want to make sure it's to a T, because people have come to Mr. J saying, hey, I've messed up. I had to pull it all down. I'm like, we're not going to have that. I'm going to make sure everything's measured on the floor before I even put it up in the ceiling.
Let me show you a little bit of the material here too. This room has not been done, as he just stated. So this is going to be the second room. They're going to focus on the first one to get the first one down, and then that'll make things a lot easier for the second room. All of this material that you see here, again, you can get all of this at acousticsciences.com. Okay, this is, for example, this is the sealant, acoustical sealant that you can see here. Okay, this is actually what's being used for the felt and everything that he showed us over there. What I was going to say to you guys is, it's important that you understand that you shouldn't just have any guy that does, any person that does drywall. There's a lot more to the story here. If you want somebody to do this for you here in Texas, this is the dude you call. I'm telling you, I've already trained him. They have already trained him. He's trained himself too. So don't reinvent the wheel. Don't try to do this by yourself. I've spent about $15,000 just in this. Okay, all of this on the table. It's about 15 grand. You don't want to dump $15,000, because all it takes is for you to do one thing wrong, and then everything else gets destroyed. It's a domino effect when you do this. You know what would be good? That you can show them how this goes, so when you could just do a little bit of a stage there, if you will.
Pieces that are messed up.
That's fine. Let's use a little bit of a stage so people understand how this works and why this is a cool thing to do.
Okay,
if you're building your own sound room.
We're not going to go to specs right now, but what you do first is measure everything out, your placement of your distance. On the walls, they want 24 on center. On the ceilings, they want 12 on center, because I was weary. I've been going back and forth with Jordan about having 2 sheets of drywall hanging on a piece of metal. When you see it, it feels like it's flimsy, but I get the system the way they want it. It's just one screw, so when the dampener comes, I'm going to show it sideways. So when the sheetrock is on, it tilts forward and it dampens the sound instead of it being connected completely. So what we end up doing is you do these pads. So you stick them on. Where's my roller at?
Take notes of this.
We just have a roller, a seam roller, to make sure it gets stuck on there. By recommendation, if they say if it falls off, you can use a stapler, just a regular T50 staple. And then what we will do here is measure out again to be 12 on center or 28 on this wall. But again, we're just doing this for demonstration purposes. They have holes already pre-drilled, but if it doesn't line up with the stud, honestly, the screws can go straight in.
There.
And that's how it sits. So I did it with, so you can see how easily, with a little bit of pressure and just a regular screw, will still go straight in. We asked about that just because we were worried about lining it up on the ceilings and stuff. I rather, when they tell you you can only go 6 inches past, so if you don't have where it reaches another stud, you can overlap it. Just pull the black tape off, overlap it. That way it sticks on there. I like this better than what some people, hey, just leave it 6 inches hanging over.
Okay, got it.
Because for stability, I like that a lot better. Yep. Again, every concern that I had, I went through with Jordan, asking everything because I wanted to make sure there was a bunch of different ways, and the instructions tell you one thing.
That's another thing. I do believe the instructions are, although they're great, they get outdated, right? Like anything else. And so they need to revamp their instructions. This is like the current process. So once this is done, then obviously the first drywall comes.
Yes, you peel this off.
Yep.
So we can stick onto here. This is a scrap piece, so it doesn't matter. I'll peel it off.
There you go. So you take that off. First drywall.
It goes on it, and then we hang it. And that's about it.
And then once you hang it, then you put the squares on that drywall.
Yes,
which is,
and we'll be showing that section when we get to that point.
We'll show that part too, okay, on a separate video. I'm going to actually try to get more content over the next few days as they're starting to do regular sidewalls, and I'm going to make sure I share those with you so you have a better understanding of how this gets done, okay? Really important stuff. Hopefully you're liking this content. You're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel. It's a lot of work, as you can see, a lot of money too. I'm not going to lie here, okay? And so again, if you want someone to do this for you here in Texas, Complete Home Remodeling is the guy I would call, okay? Daniel, okay? You can look him up on Google. You'll find his number right away.
Yes, Complete Home Remodeling LLC from Conroe, Texas. Again, we'll hear it. Hey, that's not what it says. We have everything we've been doing. We've been communicating with somebody that's in this field personally, because we've been reading comments about, hey, that's not. I'm gonna be honest, I've done soundproofing before, but not to this extent. I've used Quiet Rock. I've used different kind of systems, but this is totally different. This is going above and beyond just your standard sound dampening. No, not a sound room, sound dampening, just to make sure on a commercial building, hey, the person next door can't, it muffles the sound instead of having clear conversations. That was some of the options that we spoke with Jordan as well about the Quiet Rock that already comes 2 sheets together with the dampener in the middle. He goes, it works, but he made perfect sense about different scenarios about leakage and everything like that. So, but this is a route we're taking per manufacturer specs. There is different ways of doing it. Even he says so, but they're learning just as I'm learning to do this system personally, because there's not even videos on how to do this system.
Not
it
like
was
this.
All, hey, let's FaceTime. How and
we did FaceTime, by the way, with them as well.
And the thing was, he had no comments or concerns. He said everything looks like it's done to the T. So, which was happy on the first try of doing all the tracks. If I would have had to move a track, which is no issue whatsoever, we would have done it. But
I don't know if they have seen, have you guys seen the roof? Let me show you the roof. I don't know if you guys had a chance, but look, you can already see the tracks installed all over. Okay, so that is nuance work, a lot of work. How many hours did that take you?
This took us a full day.
Full day, just
full day. Just the ceiling. Just the
ceiling, a full day, and it was 3 of you.
Yes, 3 of us.
3 of, okay, that's how much work it takes to do this. So they're finishing that first part, and then we're going to start shooting hopefully soon one of the walls, side walls. I'm going to shoot those videos, give you guys more information.
That'll be next week, because we're just focused on the ceiling today to get the harder part going, and then we'll do a room, because we're going room by room just to make sure trial and error, because we will be sending videos over to Jordan later on today as well to get with him and make sure everything's still in accordance to manufacturer specs.
There you have it. Thank you for your support, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Subscribe.